Ladies and gentlemen, it is RAWBall Tuesday, week 29.
The Dolphins
What?
are still scoring on the Broncos.
To this day.
It was a bad week for my fantasy team. It was a bad week for the Broncos. It was a good week for the other two jabronis below us on screen.
I mean, I don't
For
know.
fantasy, not
I was about to
not
say the
my
Ravens
game.
lost to Gardner Minshew.
But I did see a thing that Ravens had 8 of our starters not on week 3.
I woke up this morning so pissed off that I couldn't even really speak because I went into Monday Night Football with a
Shut up,
7-point
Josh.
lead. I went into Monday Night Football with a 7-point lead and 3 players to go. My opponent had 2, and we still lost by 20 points.
Yep. What did I say?
So
Sunday?
Cap has made some moves today to hopefully.
I got a wide receiver that's literally putting up the exact same average as fucking Stephon Diggs. So I do not care about the
That was an interesting one, Matt.
It's the exact. I'm literally getting a white version of Stephon Diggs just out in fucking LA.
Cap made some moves to address certain issues within his wide receiving core because it is we're coming into week 4. Cap's team is 1-2, and I should have won all 3 games. So I'm getting tired of this shit.
Your players just need to play, dude. Najee Harris hasn't done shit. Your running backs haven't done shit. Your defense is
nobody's done shit.
Your defense, regardless of the fact that you've got the Steelers, is still sad.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking that from me, by the way, Cap, and not leaving me with the Steelers. Appreciate you.
Well, let's just say things are about to turn around.
It's been a rough week, and that's coming from the fantasy points leader for this week.
Oh, well, I mean, forget the Raiders game. I knew that shit was going to happen, even though Davey said he felt otherwise. I told you, Davey, we're going to shoot ourselves in the foot.
You expected your team to play that bad.
I honestly, I expected worse.
Hi, Courtney. How are you doing? You expected your team to do poorly. I thought we were going to do poorly. I thought the Broncos were going to do bad, and we ended up doing categorically the worst football game I've ever seen in my life.
No, I actually, honestly, we played above my expectations. I thought we were going to, hey, Courtney, I love you, girl. We actually played better than I thought we would, to be honest. I thought we were going to do much worse. So the fact that we only lost by however much it was, I was surprised. Raiders are fucking dead.
70 points. 70 points. Every time I close my eyes, I see the numbers 7 and 0. I haven't slept straight since Sunday, guys.
That needs to be Matty's next tattoo. 70-20.
Like Matty would cringe every time I would go to speak because he knew there was an update coming.
Like I left to go get beer. And I came back, and the Dolphins put up 2 touchdowns. It wasn't even 5 minutes into the fucking game, guys.
Yeah.
And then we just kept letting them score. Patrick Surtain let Tyreek Hill catch 4 balls for 99 yards.
I appreciated that very much.
I hope you stub your fucking toe, Devin.
He was worth every fucking dollar I spent, every penny.
Like, I'm twice Matty's age. And that's the worst game I've ever seen.
Guys, to put this into context, Devin looked this up on stream on Sunday. The Broncos, over the first 3 games of the season, have put up 69 points. The Dolphins put up 70 in 1 fucking game against us.
And I think Cap said that each game you lose by, what was it, like 2 touchdowns? Touchdown and a half? 8?
On average, the Broncos are losing every game by 3 touchdowns at this point.
Guess what? The first 2 games that we lost were by 1 point and 2 points, respectively.
Yeah.
The Dolphins did what dolphins do in real life. They did atrocious things to human beings for fucking an hour. And to 3 hours. I had to sit there and watch that game, bits and pieces of it. And they turned to it a lot because guess what? Miami was always in the fucking red zone. Miami was always fucking scoring. This was, without a shadow of a doubt, the worst game I've ever had to be subjected to in my fucking life. And I had to watch the entirety of the 2022 football season, guys. I am straight up not having a fucking good time. But let us jump to.
I have only known Matthew Laws now for a little over 2 years, and the sight you capture the perfect thing for the stream for the pick, that goes on you. The depressed look on your face, like this is a man who has been kicked in the balls so many times, he no longer has feeling in his testicles.
My social media exploded with Raven or with Broncos Dolphins memes.
What happened to your thumb, Nev?
Oh no, nothing. I'm just talking with this. I'm just wrapping my finger with it.
I sincerely have no idea still to this day, and it's been 3 days since. I don't know how to take this game in, guys. Look, while we're here, Cap, look up the worst Raiders loss in your team's history. Devin, I'm going to look up the worst Ravens loss in history. Davey, can you look up the worst Patriots loss in history? Because I
appreciate you looking at
we lost 55-0 to Houston in 1961.
That's bad. Hey, Devin, the worst loss the Ravens have ever suffered was against the Denver Broncos. It was 49-27. That's not that bad. Davey, what about the Patriots?
I'll take
that. I think the worst loss for the Patriots. Well, that was the. I was thinking of the snowplow game. That was the Dolphins' loss.
47-17.
47-17. So, categorically, in this room alone, none of you guys will ever sniff how bad the Broncos played in history. 55-0, that's kind of bad. I will say.
I would say that's worse because they dropped a goose egg and 50+.
A goose egg and a 50 burger, that is actually kind of bad. But what year was this, Cap? You said
1961.
Okay, since we're going that far back, no team has let up 70 points since 1966. So even still, this is one of the worst losses since around the Super Bowl era.
Are you able or capable of educating us on Sean Payton's post-game?
Oh, what? Next question?
Yeah, Sean Payton.
That's a man that was pissed off. I'm surprised everybody ain't fired. I'm surprised.
I mean,
Joseph has a job still. I think Vance Joseph only has a job because Sean Payton's like, I liked you once. You got one.
I liked you once.
The Broncos are 0-3 and heading to Chicago to face a team that the Chiefs hung 50 on.
We're gonna lose to the fucking Bears.
I'm
gonna wear my Brandon Marshall jersey that Sunday just for fuck. Oh, it's the Monday night game. We're subjected to that on prime time, I think.
No, that's a 3:00 game, I believe. Let me pull up the
Monday night football because
let's see here.
I saw something on Twitter. I thought it was Monday night football.
No, Monday night is Seattle at the end. You guys, it's a 12:00 game. Denver at Chicago, 12:00 on CBS.
Thank fucking God we're getting it out of the way early again. Guys, you guys are laughing. That was the most depressing performance I've ever seen. Guys,
and that's the fastest we went through a 12-pack.
We have done this podcast for 29 weeks now. You can go back as far as week 5, even then. how much shit I was talking about the Denver Broncos defense.
Oh, you were talking MAGA shit.
Like
playoffs.
Yeah, I was talking
playoffs. Playoffs. We got to win a game.
Yeah, I was about to. No, I was talking Super Bowl. I said this is one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Let's just say I hope you love well done steak.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, if Patrick Mahomes is playing the way he's playing, which, by the way, what game should we hop to next? Because I don't think I can handle talking about this fucking game anymore.
Well, let's go through the week threes. So we had New York at San Francisco on Thursday night, which San Francisco obliterated New York.
As we didn't Bosa get 2 sacks?
3.5, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So we had Browns and Titans. Browns won 27-3.
Thank you for that defense.
I think the big note from this is I've been kind of recollecting and recollecting my thoughts. Derrick Henry don't look too Derrick Henry.
That game was terrible. That game was just not him.
At one point, he had what, like 8 rushes for negative something yards?
-7. It was 4 rushes for -7.
Yeah, he finished
and
11 rushes for 20 yards.
They only handed him the ball 4 more times?
11 rushes, that's it.
Jesus.
Derrick Henry is not looking too good to start the year. He's only averaging 10 points a game, which for Derrick Henry is... Dev is now in the trust the process.
Oh, it's an investment. Okay, you gotta let the market play out, and once he starts skyrocketing, I'll see. DeAndre Swift, though, that motherfucker's a unit.
DeAndre Swift is proving to be a unit. What did I say, dude? Agent 0.
That's why I drafted him.
The Lions picked up a win, 20-6 over the Falcones. The Falcons are no longer undefeated, so now both teams are 2-1. I knew the Falcons were frauds. I wasn't even thinking that, and I'm not. Lions being 2-1 at this point, okay, I'm good. So what are we thinking at this point with these two teams, Falcons and Lions? We know the Falcons are like a best of 5. Maybe 6-win team.
Lions win their division. I'm still firm in that. Even with Jordan Love being as good as he is, the Lions are winning the North.
Well, let's transition. Perfect transition to the next game. Saints were up 17-0. Packers came back and won 18-17.
Yeah.
I had my only happy spot for that fucking week of games. With this
Dobbs made you 200 dineros.
Romeo Dobbs, Jordan Love, and tweaker-ass Jimmy Graham.
What'd you end up getting after he left?
I ended up cashing out the night game of parlays because all of the Sunday night games hit, and I wasn't confident in the Rams beating the Bengals, which they didn't. So I cashed out earlier that night, and I netted $235 off of 2 that night.
Hell yeah.
And you still owe $100 for baseball. Do not forget.
Oh, I know. That's getting paid tomorrow.
All right. Very good.
It's either tomorrow or Thursday. But, yeah, it's getting paid.
One quick note on the Falcons I have to ask, just for our panel here. Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts. Are the Falcons going to use them?
I don't think so.
Never. Kyle Pitts, never. Bijan Robinson.
Hopefully they start using him.
Didn't do much of anything. Pitts did nothing.
Didn't he get like 1 touch that game?
He had 1 rush for negative 40 yards. He had 5 receptions for 41, but for the talent that kid has, they got to get him the ball more. Him and London.
Yeah.
Well, same for Kyle Pitts. I mean, they've got 2
that's what we're talking about.
Arguably generational talents, and they're just, let's just not use them. Yeah, we don't need them.
Kind of meandering through.
Dave, your mic is a little bit muffled. You're a little bit muffled.
Wow.
So,
you hear me any better now?
Oh, much better, much better.
Crystal clear.
So we already talked about the Broncos Dolphins mishigosh. There's no need to cut out any more of Matty's cojones. A very interesting game, I thought. Chargers Vikings. Chargers finally got a win. They should be 3-0. They're 1-2. We know the Vikings are frauds. The Vikings are always frauds. They are never worth their salt. But the Chargers, do we feel any more confident in them even though they won? I mean, is
Nope.
Brandon Staley even worth? This was almost. Allow me to use the two words that Granny Clump did in Nutty Professor 2. You ever heard the words mercy hump? This was the Chargers winning that game, was a mercy hump by the football gods.
Yeah, and that game was. Well, remember I said to you, Matty, they have been the Vikings have been in the red zone like since Thursday. That's how long they were there. It was just penalty.
It was like 5 or 6 plays that they got in 2 or 3 times. Davies like, they finally got in. Another flag.
Yeah, and then they go ahead 5, back 5, head 5, back 5, and still never got it in.
And I still didn't get that parlay to hit because I think 2 of the people that got a touchdown ended up having to get called back.
Yeah. So the Vikings, they did a little bit more of it Sunday. They ran the ball with Madison.
Not enough because I still fucking got my ass waxed.
Kenneth Big Boy Pants Walker still doing work.
Yeah. Well, I mean that was
good
that
for
was,
you, Matthew. Good for fucking you.
But Madison had 93 yards rushing.
I still love you, Matty.
Oh, I know.
You know, this was a guy that was down in the 20s to start the season for a game. And he was catching things out of the backfield, too. Like he had 32 yards catching. So he's up over 100.
I mean, he got to 93 total yards rushing, and then he did. I mean,
no, not total. That was 93 on the ground. He had another.
I said 93 on the ground. But the Chargers can't stop the run, so I expected the 93, but I wanted maybe a tutty or two. Is that asking too much, Vikings, to give it to your guy?
Bro,
your guy that you wanted because you traded Dalvin Cook. Your guy who's supposed to take the helm. Your guy who I paid all that money for at the draft. Sorry, I'm still a little sore there.
They still have Hawks too, so why he didn't get targeted much that game is still beyond me.
Your boy just got an interview set up.
Let's go.
I have 2 set up.
So the next game on our list, Patriots-Jets. I'll let our resident Patriots fan, Dave, take a whack at this one. This was pretty much the game we expected, but I feel I had no confidence in the Jets going into this, but the fact that the Patriots could only put 15 on them, I mean...
that was a dog shit game, but it makes Davey the only winner in this circle today.
Yeah, it was not a good game, but the Jets' defense is their strong point here. So the low-scoring game, I expected. I expected us to win. Like, we have to win this game with Wilson at quarterback.
And Josh, you may have been on this ride for 20 years. The ride never ends, unfortunately, and I've been on it for 7. So I'll catch.
Oh, 7 years! The Browns haven't been to a goddamn Super Bowl ever.
I know the last chance that they had, they were kicked out by the Orange Crush Broncos. So
that was Elway running the 98-yard drive to infamy.
No, but neither of these quarterbacks performed. Like Mac Jones was just over 50%. He was 15 and 29 for 201, and Wilson was 18 to 36. Like that's not good. Jones took a step
well, now we do have in association with this. Davey brought this up in our group chat earlier today. Trevor Siemian. has been signed by the Jets. Matty, you know him fairly well, don't you?
I know that my mom called him Trevor Seaman for the longest time that he was a member of the team. So
yeah, she'd scream "fuck you, Steeman."
So
Yeah,
he has a chance to continue his march towards the Hall of Fame. Now,
did you guys
Catch what Joe Namath said?
No, I did not.
No, I did
He
not.
said Zach Wilson is utterly, absolutely disgusting and needs to get fired.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers appeared on Pat McAfee today and said that the Jets need to, quote, grow up and stop pointing fingers.
I mean, if we're talking pointing fingers, did you hear Justin Fields talking about his coaching staff?
That I did not hear.
I did not hear that either.
No, I missed that one.
We got a in the chat.
So apparently Aaron Rodgers, while he is convalescing his torn Achilles tendon that he is rubbing magic crystals on and listening to dolphins fuck to allow it to heal, apparently is talking shit about his team pointing fingers. As much as I love Aaron Rodgers, I sometimes I don't quite know how to take him. It's like when someone hands me one of my favorite drinks on the planet is a Bloody Mary, but I'm always skeptical when I'm handed a Bloody Mary because I do not know if this drink was prepared properly. So whenever Aaron Rodgers speaks, I have to. It's like a Bloody Mary is being put in front of me, and I have to wonder, okay, how was this made?
Hello, whoever said hi, D.
Cryptic Spider.
Hello, Cryptic.
Hey, Cryptic. Yeah, you and I have differing opinions or feelings towards Mr. Rogers, Captain. I don't believe much of anything that comes out of his mouth.
Well, I don't believe somebody. Well, what comes out of his mouth, I could give two flying fucks about. It's what comes out of his arm, and he has been a phenomenal quarterback in his career. He is. Aaron Rodgers is kind of like CM Punk to me. Like he has been the best quarterback overall in football during his tenure, and at this point, he kind of has he can get away with damn near anything to me. But like, dude, you're on the shelf. Just shut up.
It is hot as shit today for no reason.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, we have record highs here. It got up to 90 today, and it is damn near October.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
It's getting close to October. It shouldn't be getting this hot, but
it is.
Global warming ain't a thing, right?
But on the upside for Aaron, he's not going to have to rush back for the playoffs. So that's
No, because they're
No.
not making the fucking playoffs.
No.
Our next game was the waxing of the Commanders, 37-3 by the Buffalo Bills. I don't have much to say about this game other than the fact that I think that that week one Jets game with the Bills, as I was talking to Matty before we went live, there's a difference between being sad pissed off and motivated pissed off. I think that game against the Jets motivated pissed off the Bills. There's no way we should be losing to this team.
And the two stands out in this one, Cook on the ground and Stephon Diggs, 111 yards.
Yeah, and Matt just got
Who
rid of him.
is soon to become a member of Caps Raiders.
I mean, I got Puka, so that it's the exact same point.
I made two trades today. I got Stephon Diggs and AJ Brown, and I basically traded peanuts for them. Is how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I mean, Puka is fucking impressive. So
he was impressive for his time.
Even
but not Stephon
Diggs.
Wait till Cooper Kupp comes back, and then he's gonna.
I was gonna say that once Kupp comes back,
y'all think
Tutu
that
Atwell
y'all
and
think
Nuka
that
are going to lose.
Tutu maybe, but Puka.
Wow, Dave and I finally agree. I love you, Davey. Every once in a while.
Down to the side of reasonable thought. Taking a while, like pulling fucking teeth, but here we are.
It's like every time I try to speak well of you, Dave, you speak ill of me, and then we come right back to square one. It's like
50-50.
I keep trying to pump Dave, or Dave keeps trying to pump me, and we just always wind up back at the same point.
I love you, but I fucking hate you at the same time.
That is the story of our friendship.
That it is.
Texas 37-17 over the Jaguars. What the fuck happened here? Because I expected the Jags to have a far better showing, especially at home. Houston may be a lot better than we thought they were, but is Jacksonville that much improved? This game, there's a lot of question marks here.
Well, I expect
CJ Stroud's looking damn good. He's making stars out of what's his name and Tank.
He's almost average. He's my backup quarterback, and he's almost averaging 30 points.
What does that tell you about Lamar Jackson?
Oh no, Lamar's still doing better than him, except week 1.
I think I might have the best quarterback in the league next to Jordan Love.
Oh, really? Really, Matthew?
Just saying.
Shut your fucking
Jesus
mouth.
Christ.
This was the score I expected in this game.
Really?
Just backwards.
The fact the fact that
I
D and
expected
Cap,
Jacksonville to do this to Houston. Not
the
the
fact
other way
that
around.
D and Cap were on the same page, like they literally said "really" and went "oh" the exact same times when he said that.
Occasionally, D and I agree, but then Dave, pulls a 3-card Monty, and he and I are both left, with egg on our face.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. Why am I getting so many messages? Anywho. Oh, I'm a very popular man. I wish I was less popular sometimes. Final and overtime. Colts 22, Ravens 19. This was a very entertaining and interesting game for me personally.
I'll say one thing about this. Devin's team would have won.
If Justin Tucker didn't fucking miss 2. He missed 2.
Well, we know he's cooked. I mean, we said this week 1 when he missed that 65-yarder or whatever.
He's got to hang up the cleats.
I have no running backs at all.
You should try to trade.
Well, that's because you got them all hurt because you don't have an offensive line.
What was it, Matt? It was like, 16 Ravens players injured, and 8 of them were our starters?
Well, actually, if you saw urinating treat, this is not an injury list. This is a Pro Bowl team.
Yeah.
That was funny as shit.
Yeah, we're,
You got beat. Lamar Jackson got beat by Gardner fucking Minshew. Chew on that, slap nut.
I'm sitting there with you. They only had one main person missing. We had 8. And we still almost beat them. So, fuck you.
Well, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand jobs.
And fucking apparently Justin Tucker's field goal kicks now.
Well, you better fix whatever the fuck is wrong with Tucker. I don't know if he needs to see Phantom of the Opera another time or something. But apparently this guy can't fucking kick a goddamn field goal anymore.
You ever remember Blitz the League? Cap?
Yes, I do.
We need to start shooting this motherfucker with steroids in his legs.
Get the anabolics out, damn it.
It's broken stuff that...
Load him up like Dolph Lundgren in Rocky IV. Just shoot the shit right into the motherfucker.
No, guys, why are you getting pissed off? We're going to be breaking NFL records with this leg.
Exactly. 89-yard field goal kick.
I never thought I would be looking more forward to a matchup between 2 0-3 teams in my life, but this Bears-Broncos game next week, I almost wish I had Sunday ticket so I could watch this entire mishigosh, this entire insanity, because if the Bears beat the Broncos, Matty is going to have a conniption fit. Forget the sadness that we saw last Sunday.
He had a stroke this Sunday.
Matty is going to throw. If anyone remembers the movie Airplane, where Lloyd Bridges' character just jumped right out the window. They're coming right at us. That is going to be Matty. Isn't he jumping right out of Dev's window when that final score flashes? Dave may get that reference, but none of the rest of you young fucks will.
I think Fields might run for like.
They're coming right at us.
They're coming right for us.
The Bears are going to run for like 200, 300 yards on us. I don't think Fields is putting up more than 200 yards, but
combined or just through the air because
we know that arm isn't.
Well, no. Something to address with the Bears because they're actually our next game coming up. We'll get to the Bears. They're not next.
Yeah.
Next game up is Panthers Seahawks, which was a pretty entertaining game, I have to say.
Boy Pants Walker.
Kenneth Big Boy Pants Walker, as Matty has so christened him.
We got
I have to admit, I had very low to little expectations about Kenneth Walker coming into the season. This kid's impressing the shit out of me. I think he may just have it. I'm really digging Kenneth Big Boy Pants. When we were doing trade negotiations today, I was tempted to try and see if I could get Big Boy Pants.
Ain't no way.
But every scenario that I worked out on my legal pad, like, okay, how can I possibly? Everyone was like, no, Matty's not going to go for this.
Ain't no way in hell. Big Boy Pants ain't going nowhere.
Well, you've also got Austin Eckler, who may be coming off of the injured list this week. Maybe.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Matty hopes for many things, as do I.
I do hope for many things. Don't get.
I hope for running backs on my actual team.
You hope for your team to get through a game where 5 guys don't tear ligaments in their knees.
How many people have been injured already in the first 3 weeks? Because there's at least an injury every
Well, let's take a look at the number of Ravens injuries versus the rest of injuries in the NFL.
Fuck you. We make up at least 3/4 of that shit, and half of it's our running back core.
I mean, who's playing running back this week for the Ravens? Melvin fucking Gordon?
Lamar fucking Jackson.
Hey D, I think you still got a little bit of juice in the tank. Get out there.
I'll tell you, this is what it's going to be like whenever Melvin Gordon starts at running back for the Baltimore Ravens.
It's gone.
Fumble.
How many good running backs are in free agency that are cheap as shit but older than fuck?
Leonard Fournette's still there.
Tyreek Hill. Not Tyreek. Kareem Hunt.
He just got signed to Cleveland.
Okay. Yeah. Jonathan Taylor. Well, you could trade for him.
You could trade for him, but they're wanting 2 first-round picks. So.
Yeah. So that's not fucking happening.
Yeah, you guys are kind of fucked again, and then we're only 3 weeks in.
Well, one of them's a concussion. I think that's what Gus had, so he's only gone for a couple weeks.
Yeah, Gus was a concussion.
Everyone else is out for fucking season, though, it seems like.
Yeah. Gus will be back. He could be back this week. I mean, you can clear concussion protocol in a week, depending on your symptoms and everything.
Yeah, and severity.
Yeah. So Chiefs put a 41-10 whopping on the Bears, the team that Matty's Broncos are about to face. This game pretty much went down. I honestly expected this game to look like what happened with Broncos Dolphins. I was expecting kind of the reverse. I was expecting like a 41-10 Dolphins over Broncos and a 70-20 Chiefs over Bears.
It's gonna be
so they kind of did a flip there.
It's going to be hard for the Bears to shake this one off.
Oh, that's what they need to shake off, Matt.
What's up, Devin?
What about the Broncos loss? That shake off that the Bears have to deal with is nowhere near the...
I was making a shit Taylor Swift joke because she was in the audience. And
Travis Kelce jersey sales are up 400%.
Bro, he's got a 300,000 subscriber count increase. Just because he hung out with Taylor Swift for a little bit.
Oh, he's
No,
doing
they're
more than hanging.
together.
He's doing more than hanging out with her. He's hanging in with her.
Yeah, I was about to
I
say.
saw a meme today with
This is
her
gonna
at
make him a
the.
superstar, like in all of media. Like I would
Oh
not
yeah,
be surprised to see Travis Kelce in a movie now or some shit. Like as a
I
small
saw him-
role, but he'll be there.
He is the Batista of the NFL.
Yeah, without a
yeah.
doubt.
I saw a meme on Facebook, and it was Taylor Swift at meeting some fans at the KC game, and I was like, "Damn, bro, Kelsey only had her for a couple days, and was already put Taylor Swift to work because her knees were all bruised up."
I was thinking, you realize if any of the four of us were to have a night with Taylor Swift, we still would not have the exact same kind of launch in our career as Travis Kelce has.
I choose not to. I'm good on that.
You wouldn't go with you wouldn't lay it to
No.
not even just a one, not even a.
Not even with a bag over her head, bro.
Okay, what if it was Taylor Swift wearing a Nia Jax mask? Would that get you going then?
And I'm hanging myself in that hotel room.
You're gonna pull a carradine. You're gonna. Good God! Come on, Nia doesn't look that bad. I mean, if you take away the body and the face
And the personality and the
personality and the
and the
existence
soul.
and the soul, I mean, there's still something there that you could.
Emptiness is what I want to see.
No, there's not.
Oh, trust me, I guarantee you, it's going to be like throwing
No.
it's gonna be like throwing a toothpick down a manhole.
Have you guys seen how many other female wrestlers are joking about not getting hurt now that they're not there?
Oh yeah.
It's hilarious.
If I were a woman and I got to the arena that night and I saw that I'm working with Nia,
I'm walking the fuck out.
I'm either going to the booker and I'm saying, all right, we got to have a powwow here, or I'm going to Nia and I am saying, if you fucking hurt me, I am suing your ass.
I will stab you in the neck with a knife.
I would be walking into Paul McMahon's office and doing an MJF promo on his desk. Fucking fire me.
Please. Give me that 60 days. I am safe.
No, I'm sure she's a sweet lady, really great with the kids and dogs. And I'm sure she's such a sweet lady. I mean,
not.
Fucker.
And last night she spoke. She talked.
She shouldn't have.
Not good.
Dude, no, I who brought her back? This had to have been a Vince's decision, right?
It was either, well, I think it was more of a Roman saying, hey, give her a job because I've made you guys so much fucking money. I don't think she wasn't hired for her work ability, her talent, her work ability, or her mic skills. She was hired back because of
it's
nepotism.
Yeah, I was about to say it's
Can you just not use? Cool, let her be hired. Don't use her.
Well, you can't pay someone. She's got to be making somewhere in the neighborhood of the high six figures just having that contract.
They're
and you
gonna
cannot
fucking team her with Jade Cargill.
You cannot pay someone that amount of money and not use them. Oh, wait till we get to the Rumble in Orlando and she wins the Women's Rumble. Dev is going to just drop his pants and defecate right there in the seats.
You guys thought I had a bad time on Sunday. I might be able to get a video of Devin having a full-blown stroke if she wins the Rumble this year.
I swear to God, if they take my chain, I'm killing the bitch.
Nia Jackson.
What are you going to do, rush the ring?
I got the jukes.
All right, but back to football.
She would squash your ass in about 5 seconds. The battle cow would literally hip toss your ass and then sit on your face, not in the way you would like, but bonsai drop you and break every bone in your face.
She is probably the next Kirby. She just inhale me.
All right, but back to the football.
Dallas, Arizona.
Yeah, Dallas.
Arizona. 28-16. Dallas. I'm not going to call frauds just yet because Okay, they played the Jets and they played the Giants.
They lost to Josh Dobbs.
They also had their top corner is out with a season-ending injury. I'm not going to call Dallas frauds just yet. Not just yet.
This is the second week in a row, though, that Josh Dobbs has looked like a decent fucking quarterback.
But the fact that Dallas could not do what the Giants did, and the Giants are the team that Dallas shellacked week 1, maybe, I'm getting all warm and fuzzy just thinking about it. Maybe the Dallas Cowboys are frauds.
This is the most chaotic season so far, without a shadow of a doubt.
Kid, you ain't seen shit yet.
I just watched the Broncos lose 70-20. What the fuck do you mean, dude?
Kids, they haven't been through as many seasons as I. Davey, come on. It's cute, isn't it? Oh, we're 3 weeks in. Oh, this is the craziest. It's just like
so far.
I mean,
all the quarterbacks look like dogs.
Bitch, you don't know crazy.
If you look at the stats of that game, nothing would you lead, and you didn't see the score, there would be nothing to lead you to believe Arizona won that.
Oh, no. Not in the slightest.
Nowhere. From the passing game to the rushing game, receiving game.
It was a classic Dallas collapse, and I absolutely love it. And Scooter Magruder can just root in that shit for as long as possible.
Well, Dallas is just always one of those teams that you can't make heads or tails out of, regardless of the talent that is on it. They just always find a way to do this every year.
Well, to Davey's point, okay, anyone who knows me will always say I'm not a Dak Prescott hater. I think Dak Prescott is a good quarterback and a pretty good human being. I've always said I hate the fact that he plays for Dallas. I really do. I like Dak Prescott as a person, as a quarterback. I hate the fact that he plays for the team I despise the most. The defense, even with that injury, is pretty good. They have a lot of talent, but this has been the story of Dallas for 3 decades now. Yeah, they've got a lot of talent, but there's still one problem. His name is Jerry Jones. And as long as, that Methuselah motherfucker is still... He is the Vince McMahon of the NFL.
Easily.
Jerry Jones, Vince McMahon. Look at how they run their organizations. As long as that son of a bitch is around, above ground, with a beating heart and still breathing O2, their organizations and teams are going to be... I have taken diuretic shits before that look better than what Vince McMahon and Jerry Jones can churn out on Sunday afternoons.
Hey, Devin, are you still there?
Dev is frozen in time.
He was able to hear us, and he disappeared. He should be back any second. That was great. I heard him.
And I was on a great cowboy rant, damn it. I hate it when my rants get interrupted by technical difficulties.
He'll be fine.
Oh, he's back. This whole afternoon I was watching a documentary on Lemmy Kilmister and just watching how he lived his life and everything. And I thought, my God, I may be doing something right, because that son of a bitch just smoked cigarettes and drank alcohol
all
day long. And he had a pretty damn good life. I don't touch speed like he did, but still, I mean, the fact that Lemmy and I tend to lead our lives fairly close. We smoke, we drink, we play video games, we play guitar. Maybe I'm not so far off the mark. Maybe I've got something going there.
Right. What is the next game?
It's Monday night. Let's start with Eagles Buccaneers. Eagles 25,
Why
Buccaneers
did my
11.
audio shut itself?
You look like Andy goddamn Kaufman.
He really does have Andy Kaufman's fro.
He does have it, and he's gone.
And he's done.
But anywho, Monday night games.
Eagles beat the Bucks. Apparently, Jalen Hurts had a stomach flu and still managed to beat my fantasy team.
So what you mean to tell me is he had the Jordan flu game?
Yeah, something like that. I'd rather not think about it. The fact that I lost to Buck. Not that I dislike Buck. Buck was like a second father to me in my 20s. I love Buck. But I thought for once the student shall beat the master, but it didn't happen. Congrats, Buck, but you may have pissed me off in a way that the league is not going to like, because now I'm angry. I'm upset. I should be 3-0. I'm 1-2. I'm coming for you all. I am coming at you.
So
Well, me and Davey are the two out of the three of the undefeated boys.
Well, we still have 11 more regular season games to go. So, and Cap knows a thing or two about playing fantasy football.
So
I've been
what
around the
level
horn.
are you going to get to when 1 and 3 hit? Or do you have names for each of these, or are you just going to make them up week to week like I do with my team names?
Davey, you and I have played this game a long time. We know how to rebound, how to outwork our present situations and improve things. I've been in this hole before. I will get out of it. You ain't going to keep Cap down. Ain't happening.
You know what I see your team as right now?
What do you see my team as right now?
Remember the movie Trading Places?
I do.
And Reggie was on the floor, and you could see everybody selling. He goes, "Look, I can see them. They're panicking. They're panicking." That's you. You're panicking right now.
I think the moves that I made today are quite good.
Lateral. Very lateral.
And lateral?
Lateral, yeah.
Well, you see laterals, I see forward passes, and I ain't done yet. I will schmooze and let's not forget let's not forget the fact that the reason I live in a nice house, I have these autographed jerseys, all this baseball memorabilia, I made a shitload of money as a salesman. The reason my stock portfolio looks like it does is because I made a lot of money as a salesman. I can work trades, and I am going to come back from this. Do not count Cap out, because I will be there in the playoffs to meet all of you.
Playoff.
So what I'm hearing is everybody who's in the league, just stop trading with Cap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a pretty smooth talker. I've
been in a similar game as you, Captain, for about 23 years.
Yep. So we know each other's tricks and trades. I used Ramondre for a few weeks, and I dealt him to get something far better.
You did get something far better because you needed a wide receiver. But I know Cap really probably didn't want to talk about this game. Steelers and the vicious Vegas Raiders.
Yes, he skipped over that.
Well, I thought we covered that in its entirety earlier on. I mean, everyone knows, yes, I'm a Raiders fan, but I have no faith in our inept twit of an owner, our just absolute schmuck of a head coach. We've got a club-footed quarterback. We've got a good wide receiver, a decent running back, a good pass rusher, and then like 50 other pieces of smoking pile of shit. I have no faith in this team.
Your quarterback is also in concussion protocol.
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't see any of that game on Monday. Can somebody fill me in on what happened?
Garoppolo took a shot. And this is why, again, we did our preseason. I said we're going to win 3 games. I said that could be plus or minus, 1 or 2 somewhere, but we're not going to do much better than that. This team is the shits. This team is Ole Anderson. It is the shits. We are not going to do a goddamn thing. I wish we would just tank, get the first round pick, get Caleb Williams, and then we can begin to build around a leader. I wish, but I know that's not going to happen because we're going to fuck up the tank. Even if we were trying to tank, we're going to fuck up the tank because that's what the Raiders do. I mean, all the best laid plans of mice and men will be fucked up by the Raiders.
Y'all paid a bit too much money to just tank, I think.
Oh, Garoppolo right now I think is something like a $28-30 million cap hit. No. When I took over my Raiders franchise on Madden 24, first motherfucker I rid of was him. I'm not paying. You're not taking that kind of a cap hit to be that shitty. Jesus, crying out loud, weeping Mary at the cross. Garoppolo is not a bad quarterback, but he's not someone to build a team around.
Oh no, he's a system quarterback, and when your system is dog shit, he's gonna be dog shit.
Well, and Josh McDaniels, Matthew, you know what it's like to have Josh McDaniels as your head coach.
I hate that piece of shit. I hate Mike McDaniels more now, but I hate Josh McDaniels.
He survived longer with the Raiders than he did with the Broncos. He made it 1 year with you guys. He's made it 2 with us somehow. I hope he gets fired sooner rather than later. Just fucking tank, boys. Get Caleb Williams. USC, Vegas, Oakland lost. It's a just fucking tank and get Caleb and then build a team around him.
I mean, if y'all keep Devontae Adams, that's more than enough for Caleb Williams to probably want to stay with Oakland or with Vegas.
Well, we have no offensive line. We've got one good wide receiver. We've got a running back who's going to be out of town.
Don't you have
after this year?
First-round picks though?
No, we've just got one first-round pick. We've got one good defensive player in Max Crosby, and then 10 other worthless piles of. I mean, this is not a 2 to 3 year project. This is a 5-6 year project to get this team back to being a respectable threat. How in God's name we are tied for second in the division? Oh, Christ Almighty! Well, it makes me sad.
It comes from a routinely bad division with a clear number one. I think David knows about that in the.
Well, yeah, there's a clear number one, and I'm happy when we beat Denver. But at the same time, it's like, what the fuck does it matter long term? I mean, these guys are playing checkers when we should be playing chess. Start thinking 3, 4, 5 years ahead instead of 1 or 2 years ahead. If they're even thinking that far ahead, if Josh McDaniels can fucking process that, and that twit of an owner we have.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's all Davis. I think because he makes a lot of decisions, does he not?
He's not necessarily a hands-on owner, but he's not necessarily hands-off. He's why he's not his at his age. Was the absolute he challenged every possible thing they did. Al Davis in his prime was a motherfucker. Mark Davis is not that. Mark Davis is a bowl-cutted twit who couldn't stick his thumb up his ass with a flashlight in 3 tries. I hope and I pray to the football gods who allowed Denver to look so shitty that somehow Mark Davis will be somehow coerced or enticed to not do anything except just be the owner. Give us a GM like we had with Reggie McKenzie, who you fucking fired, who knew how to draft and accumulate talent, and let that guy run the team. God damn, it just pisses me off. I loved Reggie McKenzie. He got the Gruden end of the stick.
But I think to Matty's point, that division is very, very similar to what the Patriots had going.
Oh
for a long time. It was the Patriots, and then everybody else.
Teams.
That's 3 other teams.
I just got some breaking news, fellas.
What? Why are you saying it's so bad, Cap?
Oh no.
You see that jersey on the middle of my wall?
No.
Brooks Robinson has passed away.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
The greatest glove, infield glove in the history of the game has passed away.
He was an artist with the glove. An absolute artist.
Well, I think we should do a moment of silence for Brooks Robinson. I feel like
I'm looking at ESPN right now to see if Hall of Fame third baseman of the Orioles legend Brooks Robinson dies at 86.
Yep.
The most awarded infield, well, apart from Greg Maddux, Brooks Robinson accumulated 16 gold gloves as a Major League Baseball third baseman. He was known as the human vacuum cleaner.
Yep.
The only Major League Baseball Hall of Famer from the state of Arkansas.
Hell, I'm even old enough to have watched some Brooks Robinson tape before playing baseball. Like, that's a guy to study for a lot of young players.
As I've often said, Nolan Arenado right now is the best defensive player in baseball, and if he plays long enough, could eclipse Brooks' 16. Brooks Robinson, we're never going to have another one. We're never going to have a player who was that good at his position again, especially with the glove. And I know defense is lost on analytics these days, but you win 16.
There was some.
You win 16 gold gloves at a position.
And you won't see a player like Brooks Robinson at that position for that length of time due to how the game has changed.
You look at the team that the Orioles had with him, which the Orioles are trending upwards. I'm not shitting on the present constitution of the Baltimore Orioles. They've got a good team that they are working towards, and they are building. But Brooks Robinson defined his position perhaps in a way that we may never ever see another player define his position. I'm and being in Arkansas and the fact that he's from just a couple hours south of where I live, and that he's the only Arkansas Hall of Famer in Cooperstown, and I've got an autographed jersey of his behind me.
He's your hometown hero.
I'm literally getting this info from baseball cohorts of mine, and then I checked on ESPN to make sure it was true, and it was true. I can't really say much more than what I've said. Just there will never be another player to define their position like that, other than perhaps maybe Arenado, who I've said could be the next Brooks. Possibly won't play with one team for that long, but could accumulate the same number of accolades. All I can say is, Brooks, thank you for everything that you did for baseball and everything that you did for me as a fan. And Cap has got to go relieve some ballast, because it's either that or I start crying.
No worries, Cap. And we'll move on to looking on to next week's games. So let's look up the slate real quick. All right, I got them right in front of me. So we're going to start off with the Thursday night game, divisional match between the Detroit Lions going to Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers. Who do we got?
Sorry, I spaced out. It's Packers versus who?
It's the Lions at the Packers.
I got Packers.
And I got the Lions on the road.
I, in fact, have the Lions because I think they're going to win the division.
Ooh. Only one of us got one wrong. Sorry, Deb.
All right, hopping back over. First London game of the season. Atlanta and Jacksonville go over the pond to London. Who do we got, guys?
I want Jacksonville to win. I think Jacksonville's going to take it. You, Matt?
I think that because I think this is Atlanta's first time in London.
No, they've gotten a couple London games.
Have they?
Yeah. They've been to a couple. They're one of the residential London players.
I still think the Falcons might beat the Jaguars here.
Okay.
Rams are going to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Who do we got, guys?
Is Richardson going back?
That's what I wanted to know. Does anybody have news on that?
I haven't been keeping up with Richardson after I found out he got injured against me in fantasy. But Colts
he remains in
Rams.
concussion protocol, so I think he's unlikely.
I see the Rams taking it.
No, Colts in this one.
You have Gardner Minshew taking the win here?
Yep. I watched that Rams game last night, and that was putrid.
Oh, no.
How bad were they?
No, I heard it was a bad game.
I almost turned raw.
Oh.
And there was another football game on.
Okay, then, yeah, I don't think the Rams are going to fucking win. They played that bad.
Yeah, I'm going to go Indy as well.
Indy's coming off of a win against my Ravens.
Hey, Devin.
What?
Baltimore's going to Cleveland to play Josh's
Browns. I see that, and I think their defense isn't going to be nice to me at all because I think the Ravens are going to win.
You want the Ravens to win?
I think
the
Ravens are going to win.
I went for Cleveland here.
Fuck you.
Minnesota travels to Carolina to play the Panthers.
Minnesota is going to get a win.
Dude, they have to get a win, right? I went Minnesota as well.
You know, I'm going Carolina. Because if any team can and will fuck this up,
it's Minnesota.
It's Minnesota.
All right.
Cousins will either throw an interception, they'll penalty themselves out of a drive, they'll do something.
All right, Kat, since you have returned, a couple games to get your predictions on. Thursday night, Detroit goes to Lambeau Field to play the Packers.
I'm literally getting offers right now on my phone for this Brooks Robinson jersey.
Oh, shit.
Mucho, like? Are they trying to drop bands? Not bags, bands?
You know, I figured my Sandy Koufax autographed American League Baseball would be the first one that I would start getting offers on from my baseball cohort community. I never thought it would be Brooksy.
Are they trying to drop a lot of money? We all know you ain't gonna get rid of that. Even you're taking that band, you're wearing that while you get buried or cremated.
I couldn't sell Brooksy. I don't even know if I could sell Koufax, though I know Koufax would bring a shitload more money.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the fact that we just got the word 15, 20 minutes ago and already people are, hey, what do you want for that? I'm like,
No. Block. Get blocked, bitch.
well, no, not. I mean, these are
I know.
these are collectors that I know that I
Yeah.
talk with on a regular basis. It's not out of disrespect. It's just
No,
like, but it's like, fellas, no, I can't. Ain't
All right, but Cap,
ain't happening.
Cap, we are going through the current week's schedule real quick. I'm going to give you a couple ones that we've gone through already to see what you got predicted. We're gonna start.
I'm taking Lions over Packers. I see that on the Thursday night.
Falcons Falcons and Jaguars go to London.
I'm taking Jags because Jags own London.
I went the Falcons. I'm the only one that went the Falcons. Fuck me. Rams at Colts.
Rams at Colts. I'm going Rams just because I know they're on the road, and they just Rams. I just think are a better team.
Not from what I've seen last night.
Well, not from what you saw last night, but I just when I think of overall complete, who's the better team? Who would I lay money on? It would be the Rams. And whenever I usually don't send Matty the ticker until Thursday or Friday. Sometimes later than that, but usually Thursday or Friday I send the ticker in for the lines of the week, which I don't gamble on games. But I just send them for fun, so we have something to chat about. But yeah, I would be taking the Rams there to win, depending on the line, you gambling degenerates.
Baltimore going to Cleveland.
If not for the injuries, I would be saying Baltimore here. But given the number of injuries and everything, I think Cleveland sneaks this one out. It's not. This is not going to be a pretty game, but I think Cleveland takes this one, and then Baltimore has to kind of readdress and rearrange.
All right, and the last one that we talked about before you came back, Minnesota going to Carolina, to North Carolina.
Minnesota takes this one. It's going to be a very ugly Vikings win, but I think the Vikings take this one. They're too good to lose, and they're too horrible to. How do I put this? They're too good to lose, but they're not as horrible as Carolina.
All right, and now we are back on track. Cincinnati going to Tennessee. What are you guys' thoughts?
Bengals big.
Yeah.
Bengals big time here.
I bet
if the Derrick Henry injury is just, and if Burrow is, no pun intended, getting his legs back beneath him, I think a big Bengals win here, and then Tennessee is really going to be wondering what the fuck, because they're going to be 0-4, and they're going to be trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
I'll go Bengals on this one for the simple fact that Tennessee has a quarterback named Ryan Tannehill. It's going to be a lot closer than people think. But Cincinnati should take this one.
Dev?
Oh, I already said Cincinnati.
Matty?
I see the Bengals taking it.
I put my money on Tennessee.
Ooh.
That's going to be.
And that's why you lose money, man.
Shut up, bitch.
Matty Balls.
Tampa goes to New Orleans.
On 10.
I think Derek Carr takes this one.
This one I think is going to be very close, especially if Derek Carr is going to be out.
This could be like 6-3 close.
Well, let me rephrase. Do we know if Derek Carr is in or out? Is he still questionable?
Because didn't he have a knee injury? Wasn't that what he thought?
First it was a shoulder. First it was reported as a shoulder, but then it was reported as a knee. So I'm not too entire. I'm going Tampa. I'm going Tampa in this one. Just the questionability of Derek Carr playing or the lack thereof. I gotta go Tampa here. If I'm betting this one, I'm going Tampa.
Alvin.
And from what we've seen, New Orleans needs Carr to win.
Alvin Kamara revenge game. He's putting up 200 plus yards and 3 touchdowns.
Don't you have Kamara, Cap?
Nope, because I'm not drafting a guy who's suspended and hasn't been worth a shit. Can't stay healthy.
What do you mean it hasn't been worth a shit? He's got the NFL. He tied the NFL record for touchdowns 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
A year or 2 years ago. I don't remember.
One day ago, Saints head coach Dennis Allen said Monday, Carr has a sprained AC joint.
Fuck. Yeah, he's not playing.
Week to week, so you won't see him Sunday.
I would be surprised to see him Sunday, but being a Raiders fan, I know the gumption of that man. If he is at all capable, he will play. But even if he does, how good he can be. The guy played 2 games with a broken hand. So
though, it's not as if they don't have a backup that doesn't have experience. They do.
They have Taysom Hill, who is not without experience.
Completely looking over 30 for 30.
I'm still taking Tampa here, regardless of who starts for New Orleans. I don't see Alvin Kamara, even on a revenge tour, able to. A running back cannot will a team to win in this day and age.
Well, we saw what Calvin Ridley did when he came back.
And what's he done since?
Didn't he put up similar, but not as much as he did before?
I think he only put up 60 yards this week, but the last 2 weeks he's been putting up 100 yards.
I'm still taking Tampa here. This is just.
I'm taking New Orleans here.
Davey?
Tampa.
Davey and I see things on the same plane. All right, what's next, Matty Mo?
Same plane. Roof flies off.
We are moving on to. I think it's going to be another slaughter. Miami is going to move on from Broncos to Bills whenever they go to Buffalo.
I think that's going to be a close game, but I'm going Miami.
I think this is going to be, as old JR would say, a
slobber knocker.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is going to be a slobber knocker, and I am taking the Bills to halt the Miami momentum.
So me and Captain are agreeing again. Because I'm taking the Bills at home, too.
I'm taking Miami. After what they did to us, they're
going to ride that high.
Don't play the Dolphins.
I think they actually might make it to the Super Bowl this year if they keep playing the way they are.
I've never had a football game traumatize me quite like this game.
I've never said anything good about the Dolphins.
The Bills are – this is going to be a slobber knocker, but the Bills are going to take this one. They're at home. Josh Allen is a superior quarterback to Tua, and I like Josh Allen's weapons over Tua's weapons because The Bills have a far superior defense personnel-wise than the Broncos do.
Understandable.
So this is going to be a Bills win, but this could get into the 40s. This is going to be a slobber knocker, but the Bills are taking this.
I was about to say because the Dolphins still have Tyreek Hill, and you would think after about 3-4 years of us playing against him twice, we would have known how to stop him by now. And no.
And to speak to Devin's point about going to the Super Bowl, it will depend on the path in which they have to take to get there.
Yeah, they have to protect Tua.
It's going to be. We know the AFC title game at this point is going to be Chiefs versus either Bills, Dolphins, or the Bengals if they pull a last year.
Well,
it's going to be the Chiefs against one of those three.
Depends on how far north Miami has to go if they're in a road game.
Yep.
True.
Like middle of January, I never see them faring well on the road.
Nor do I.
You know.
All right. What's next, Matty Mo?
Moving on. I clicked the wrong button. We can move on from that one. Moving on.
Broncos Bears.
Yeah, we got to talk about this.
I got the Bears.
God. I have never been looking so forward to a matchup between two 0-3 teams in my life, and I've watched a lot of football. The only person who's football in this room is Davey. Davey, have you ever been more intrigued or interested to see what the fuck's going to happen between two 0-3 NFL teams?
It'll be like turning into a slow motion car crash. Something you would see in like Final Destination.
What you drinking, Matty?
A double shot of rum with fucking cream soda.
Oh, cream soda.
What type of rum?
Black Magic.
Chicago. I'm going Chicago.
Yep,
you're going Chicago. Dave's going Chicago.
Yep.
The D's are going to Chicago.
Christ.
You're going Chicago too, D? I have to go Denver.
I see you going 0-6.
I hate
and that's when you start winning.
You said that with so much confidence.
I'm going to sit there in my Brandon Marshall jersey, and I'm going to...
Wishing he was still there.
Shut your whore mouth, Devin.
Close.
We got to get you a Tim Tebow jersey.
He has one.
I cannot find it, though, Devin.
Really?
I am going Denver, and here is why.
Insane?
Both teams are absolute shit mess dumpster fires right now. But, again, as I always say, look at the quarterbacks and the coaches. Sean Payton, Russell Wilson versus whoever the fuck coaches the Broncos and Justin Fields.
And you would think that would be a great combo.
I am picking the Broncos to get the win here. And I'm not saying it's going to be pretty. I'm not saying it's going to be fun. But I'm saying the Broncos get the win here simply because coming off of what the Broncos just came off of, I cannot see a combo of Peyton and Wilson going to Chicago and losing this game. I could be wrong. I have been wrong before, but I do not see the Broncos losing this one. They are okay. Miami may have snuck up on them. Okay,
on us.
The Commanders may have snuck up on you. Raiders, that's a divisional game. I just.
Motherfucker said the Dolphins snuck up on us.
I do not see the Broncos losing this game. It ain't going to be pretty, but I think the Broncos somehow pull a win out of this thing. I don't even know what the line is. I don't care what the line is, but I think at the end of the day, the Broncos take the W here. It doesn't mean a damn thing other than just they aren't as bad as Chicago. That's all it comes down to. It's not an endorsement. It's just, okay, you're not as bad as Chicago, because I think Chicago overall is a worse team, a worse organization. That's what I'm going off of.
Okay, so if Broncos do lose to Chicago, what does that make the Broncos look in your eyes, Cap?
Say that again, Dev.
If the Broncos do lose to the Bears, how do you see the Broncos going forward after taking that loss?
I think there is going to be. I think
I want heads.
If the Broncos go into Chicago and they lose to Justin Fields, it would not surprise me, as Dev would say, to see heads roll, and it would not surprise me to see a change at quarterback possibly, just because the way the game goes. Because Russell has not played poorly, and I've got him on my fantasy team. I see the stats. Russell has not played poorly, but if they lose to Chicago, then there is something amiss. There is some kind of, and Dave may back me up on this. There is some kind of, okay, bingo, 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 what the fuck? And the only what the fuck I can look at on this Denver roster is Russell, because there is something just, he's the cog in the machine that doesn't seem to fit. I don't know how better else to put it.
I was about to say, Russ is doing really well. Offense is honestly doing pretty well. It is all on the fact that our defense has failed us on 3 occasions now. Well, the week one, that was a hard-fought game going to a 1-point difference. The second
You're not playing Miami this week. You're not playing a team with that many weapons. You're not on the road against a team with that many weapons. You're on the road against Justin Fields and 52 other piles of trash.
He's still got DJ Moore, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Has he really? Have they really used him? I mean,
he's got 2 touchdowns on the season, which 3 weeks in is pretty good.
I just
2 in 3 weeks.
Whoever, if the Broncos lose this game, then shit is far more fucked up in Denver than we may care to acknowledge. If the Bears lose this game, then the Bears are still the same Bears we knew they were, and they're not as good as their fan base has been spouting all off season. This is, I do not fathom a world in where the Broncos lose this game. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times before, but I do not. I do not see the Broncos losing this game. If they do, then there is far more shit wrong than we care to know about or acknowledge.
Yeah, but they're not displacing Russell Wilson as quarterback, even if they do lose.
No.
Russell Wilson.
I mean, what other change are you gonna get rid of Peyton? Are you gonna get rid of?
No, we're not getting. It's not getting rid of Peyton.
What changes? If they lose, what changes do they make? What changes can they make?
Russell Wilson is not the problem there. Russell Wilson, as far as the quarterback rating goes, is 7th in the league, 99.5. Russell is not the issue.
I don't think he is either.
Bigger things going on there than what's behind center right now. So
Agreed.
Replacing him would only make your situation worse than it currently is, and you're winless.
Okay, Dave. To throw this, I'm going to throw this back to you, because as old as I am, let's just say Denver, Chicago, and lose this game.
And we're into the bathroom.
What happens? What do you see going on? I mean, what does Denver do at this point? Because it's not the quarterback, it's not the wide receivers, it's not. I mean, I don't know what it is because they should not be 0-3.
They should have won that game against Washington.
They blew that. They should have beaten. They should have beaten the Raiders. They should be 2-1.
The Raiders were. That was a coin toss at the end of it. So,
but
really, that could have either way. It was close.
That fucking Dolphins game makes Denver look like the worst team in the league.
That one game makes you look a lot worse than what you actually are.
Yes, agreed.
One game does not.
One game does not a season make.
No, one game is not 17, right? One game, right? It was a bad fucking game, but it was one game, right? But to look at what Russell Wilson has done with the ball when he's had it doesn't constitute replacing him. And what would you replace him with anyway?
Yeah, no, we don't replace Russ because that's not the issue.
It's not like you got this hot young quarterback, chopping at the bit to get in there. You don't.
I don't even want to look up who we got as our backup.
I don't even know
because it's going to make me depressed.
I don't even know who you have as a backup.
It sure as shit isn't Trevor Siemian, but
and it's not David Mills.
Moving on, so my misery ends a little faster. The Commanders go to Philadelphia.
Commanders get trounced.
Oh yeah, no. Philly lost almost their perfect season to Washington. Like, Philly was going undefeated, and then Washington, of all teams, beat them with Taylor Heineke. Philly ain't happy about that.
Philly wins this one big.
Yeah, Philly is taking this one. They're beating the dog piss out of Sam Howell.
I think the only other noon slate we haven't mentioned is Pittsburgh at Houston.
I was about to say, just hopping into that one.
I don't know what to think of this game because Stroud hasn't faced a defense with that has the talent the Steelers do, but the Steelers' offense is so fucking putrid.
It's really bad.
I don't.
With the way Houston has been moving the ball, and Stroud has surprised me. I didn't think he would be this good this early. But he is. He's 64.5 completion rate. Around with that. He's rated 10th in the league. And he spreads the ball around. If you look at that Jacksonville game, there was a lot of receivers, got a lot of targets and a lot of catches. He's not zeroing in on one guy. That one I can't.
Which is smart for a young quarterback.
Yeah.
For any quarterback, but especially for a young quarterback to show that I'm not just going to focus on the one guy.
Yeah, if one guy ain't open, check it. Go to another one. Go to another. You will eventually find someone. Most times, that seems to be what they're doing. So if they follow that, then Houston should win this, and they should win it handily at home.
Yeah, I went with Houston.
I think
Devin said Houston. CJ gonna put down Pittsburgh in the private chat.
I think Pittsburgh takes this one, but it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be a
pretty game.
It's going to be, as Tree would like to say, it's going to be.
I don't think it's going to be a close game.
No, and you just brought up Tree. No, the Bears.
Either Houston is going to absolutely wax Pittsburgh's ass, or Pittsburgh is going to have a close game and just pull something out of their ass. I don't see this being one or the other. Either Houston's going to wax them, or Pittsburgh is going to do Pittsburgh things and pull something out. This is a very odd game to me, and I have Pittsburgh's defense presently starting for my fantasy team, and I am petrified about it because New England is playing. Who the fuck is New England playing? Jesus Christ! Sorry, I'm conversing with Nicholas. He just got back to me.
No worries. But no, as you brought up our good friend Urinating Tree, no, the Broncos Bears game will be maybe the greatest game.
Well, the greatest game varies week to week.
Oh yeah, but
so
moving on from the Steelers Texans.
So we're getting into the after again. We only have 3 games in the afternoon slate.
At least we got 4 games because we only have 1 Monday night game. Oh no, you're right. 3. Never mind.
3.
Dyslexia.
Vegas Chargers, New England, Dallas, Arizona, San Francisco.
Yep, I got
the vicious Vegas Raiders go to SoFi, and the Chargers obliterate them. I do not even see this game being. I think the Chargers obliterate Vegas, unless somehow Brandon Staley just shits his pants somehow, which could happen. But I see the Chargers obliterating the Raiders here.
Yeah, the Chargers should, with Garoppolo possibly out, Eckler possibly on his way back. Mike Williams is down for good though.
Yeah,
it's a big hit.
But I got both the backups. I got Quentin Johnston and I got Palmer. So I could possibly throw one of those 2 guys in. Not that I will, given my wide receiver acclamation today. But, I think I'm betting Chargers big here. I'm not a bettor. I don't bet on this, but I would be betting Chargers big here. Whatever the line is, take the Chargers. For some team, I don't know why, because I hate both of these teams minus Bill Belichick, but I want to. Is it just me, Davey? Is it just me? Or given what Arizona did to Dak?
Hold on, Cap. What was that, David?
Said I'm thinking so. I don't even know when he said it's just me. I would assume so.
Given what Arizona just did to Dak and company.
Yep.
Uncle Bill, who is my favorite head coach of all time. I love Uncle Bill. Do you see, as a Patriots fan, knowing this team as well as you do you see the Patriots somehow putting the Cowboys 2-2? Because I somehow in my brain, my sick, twisted noodle, do the Patriots somehow pull this one off? Because if Arizona did,
I want them to beat the Cowboys so bad.
Why can't New England? Because their defense is a lot better, and I don't know.
The long answer to this question, no.
Okay. Okay, so that's the long answer.
That's the long answer. The short answer, the game is going to be a lot closer than people think, right? Because people are going to look, in Dallas, New England on the road, and all the weapons that Dak has. Bill will figure out a game plan for it and keep this game close, right?
Yes.
But New England didn't show me enough last week against the Jets to convince me that they have enough to topple this team. But they will keep it close, which I think they're going to do with most of their games this year. But they will lose.
How much better is Dak Prescott than Zach Wilson?
Devin went for the Rams, or not for the Rams, for the Chargers and the Pats in these games.
I mean,
is the New England train?
I'm not jumping on. It's just again, Dak to me has always kind of been like Derek Carr. It's not that I believe in his ability; I believe in him. It's like I like the person.
Well, Dak has all the talent in the world. as a quarterback. Dak is also very inconsistent as a quarterback.
Yes,
The
yes.
talent is there, right?
So
But
is Carr. I've always seen them as mirror opposites
it's like
of each
someone
other.
opened up a window and Dak's focus went out it and never came and never flew back in some games. When that happens, forget it. I just don't see it happening.
Let's say let's just I'm spitballing here, David. Uncle Bill in the first half picks off Dak twice. Maybe runs one back for a pick six. Is there a scenario in which New England makes Dallas 2-2? Because if there is, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
They would probably have to do that more than once.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Not necessarily the pick six, but they would have to like intercept him more than one time. Like they have to somehow keep the ball out of his hands for a considerable amount of time in order to pull that upset.
Agreed. It would take something.
Yeah, like they would have to have a lot of things fall just right for this win to happen. And I don't see them all falling. Right?
Arizona at San Francisco.
San Fran.
I'm going Arizona.
San Fran.
Really?
Well, no, never mind. San Francisco. Yeah, no, never mind.
I was like, okay, Matty.
This is going to be the game of the week that is the sacrificial lamb led to slaughter, and that is going to slow down the momentum, whatever momentum Arizona might have had. They are going to run up against a buzzsaw, and San Francisco is going to wax their ass. I don't even see this one being close past the third quarter.
San Francisco is dominant.
San Francisco, to me, right now, is the best team in football in the NFL. Like, there is not a better team in the NFL than San Francisco to me. Top to bottom, San Francisco is the elite.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, I have a question. If the Arizona Cardinals do beat the 49ers, does that make Josh the new guy in Arizona and they're going to kick Kyler to the curb?
Oh, dude, if he beats the Niners defense, Josh Dobbs better be the guy to be the quarterback for the rest of the season.
If they do, he will be the placeholder until the next guy comes along. He is not the long-term.
No, I know not long-term, not the guy, but in their quarterback core, is he going to become the guy if they can beat the 49ers? Because he's already having a better winning record at the start than Kyler has.
Kyler should definitely get moved to number 2. That's
okay. In a fantasy world where all of us have just taken a few hits of LSD, and Josh Dobbs somehow beats the 49ers, I still don't think they move off of Kyler, and I can't see it. I don't see it.
I think that'll come down to they'll have a look at their books. Like, how much are we paying Kyler again? Get him out there. Because it's a certain, right? They're not going to have
Sunday night. Chiefs at Jets.
Chiefs Jets.
Chiefs are going to destroy them.
This is going to be the biggest embarrassment to Sunday Night Football in history, because the Jets are going to. They put this game on Sunday night months ago thinking, oh, it's going to be Aaron Rodgers against Patrick Mahomes. No, it's Zach Wilson against Patrick Mahomes. This is going to be a bloodbath with the Jets getting impaled on a spike.
Could even be Trevor Siemian versus no.
Who's at home, Matt?
The home team is the Jets.
Yeah. It won't
okay.
Matter. They could play.
It won't matter.
No, like the
moon. No, I was just wondering because I didn't know if it was another KC home game. If we're gonna get that Taylor Swift energy for the Chiefs again. If
the Chiefs hung, what was it, 9-41 on the Bears at home, they're on the road, they're gonna hang at least 35-40 on this Jets team, and it's not.
No, it won't.
This is flexing. in the year for when injuries happen. This should not be a primetime game. The Chiefs are going to absolutely tear the Jets a new asshole.
No, they should have.
Fireman Ed is going to have a conniption fit over this one.
Of the late games, they probably should have moved it.
Yeah, I mean, if they flexed out, I mean, honestly, the best game, the game that should be in prime time, looking at this schedule.
Of the late games ones, New England, Dallas would be one to move, but if you were moving an earlier one, Buffalo, Miami.
Yeah, I would say Buffalo, Miami should be the primetime game. But, Aaron Rodgers is coating his Achilles in crystals and listening to Dolphins fuck.
Well, maybe Aaron will show up and he can stay in on the sideline and people can tune in to watch, like, Star Power. Some of them like
Yeah.
Okay, so our next game, Monday Night Football, Seattle at the Giants. This is 4 weeks into the season that the Giants have their third primetime game of the year.
And we still don't
And they're
know.
0-3.
No, they're 1-2.
Oh, they're 1-2? Who did they beat again?
Arizona.
That's what it was.
So they look like dog shit in the first one. Then they look
against Dallas.
Then they look pretty decent for 2 quarters.
But it wasn't the first two.
No, and then they look like absolute dog shit in the third game. So you don't know what you're going to get here with the Giants.
I think we're going to get another dog shit on the Giants end.
Fuck no, like.
I think it's going to be closer than we may think, but I think Seattle still takes this one by a touchdown to 10. Like it's. I think this is going to be a lot like the Seattle-Carolina game, where Seattle wins convincingly, but it's not like overtly convincingly.
Yeah.
But that's just my thoughts here. The 2-time games this week suck.
Oh, they're not good.
It'll depend on if Shaquan is back for that game.
Well, I can tell you that the Chiefs-Jets was only put into primetime because they were expecting it to be Rodgers versus Mahomes.
Exactly. Otherwise, this wouldn't even be sniffing primetime. Chiefs are going to wax the Jets. Seattle are going to convincingly beat New York, or the Giants could pull what they did against Arizona and come out with it's not going to matter because it's not going to really say anything about either team that we don't already know. The Seahawks are the Seahawks. The Giants are the Giants. It's not like either outcome here is going to shift the landscape of the football world.
Did Seattle play the Giants at all last year since the last time no, that was the year that Gino kicked their ass was last year. When he did the whole, they signed me off, but I didn't write back. If this is the year after that, I see Geno Smith kicking the shit out of the Giants again. Just out of spite.
Something I wanted to touch on out of pure curiosity. We don't discuss college football too much on this show. This week, number 8 USC at Colorado.
Travis Hunter said he's playing, and Coach Prime told him, no, rest up.
Colorado got bounced out of the top 25 after that Oregon debacle.
Well, we got shellacked.
Do you guys see, and by you guys, I guess I mean all of you. It's at Colorado. They're not on the road at Oregon. But what are you guys seeing from this? This game is 11 a.m. on Fox Saturday. I love Coach Prime. I'm not a Colorado fan, but I love Coach Prime. I love Deion Sanders. But do you think this is just going to be lacking? Is it going to be fairly close? Is it going to be? I mean, what are you guys thinking?
I think it's going to be
Williams, right?
For USC?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're fucked.
Yeah,
I see it
USC.
being a close game. USC is going to take it because Coach Prime isn't going to let what happened last week happen again. I feel like they're going to be in the gym. They're going to be in the field working their asses off because Coach Prime's fucking pissed. And I think they're going to get back to work, but I still feel he's going to take it by like a field goal or maybe a touchdown.
Also at 11 a.m., Texas A&M visits the Arkansas Razorbacks. Go A&M. I hope A&M just smacks the Razorbacks in the face and they drop their third in a row. Fuck the Razorbacks. I hope they fucking die as far as a football program goes. Baseball, basketball, hey, go Hogs. Football.
What's your college football team that you like?
I don't have one. I don't like college sports.
I bet on kids.
I'm not a college sports fan. I prefer to watch games between professionals rather than amateurs who may play great one week and then play shitty the next. I'm just kind of out on that. Although a pretty interesting match, two interesting matches we have: Georgia and Auburn this week, as well as LSU Ole Miss. Both teams are 3-1 in that LSU Ole Miss game.
LSU is going to win.
That is the ESPN 5 o'clock game, and then Alabama and Mississippi State. Well, it's Alabama, but
Alabama's going to win too.
Here's my thing on college. I watch college football to see the prospects, to see who's coming up to the NFL. I will watch games where, okay, this guy's being highly touted. Okay, I'll take a look. Okay, is this guy, I'll see, what's going on. But I basically, when it comes to Saturdays for college football, unless it's a big ass game that everybody's watching, I just cheer for the Razorbacks to fucking lose. Because as the more losses they take, the more my community of residents feels truth rather than false hopes.
I can confirm he literally lives like 5 minutes away from the stadium.
Yeah, I live 5 minutes away from that 76,000 seat homage they built to Frank Broyles. And the only thing that has filled that stadium since they built it was Garth Brooks. What does that tell you?
And the Lost Boys might be up to something. It's up to something season for us. So
in a year or so, we're up to
possibly. Let's not let the bag out of the cat just yet.
It's a big possibility, but we are definitely up to something.
Things are trending. Things are looking. We shall see. Let's not
very excited.
Put the horse before the cart here.
But yeah, no. But you were talking about prospects. We should probably bring up both of our fantasy teams and see who's projected to be going to the playoffs.
Let's take a look here. Standings. So at present, I'm just going to read off the teams that have a 50% or better chance of making it. In the NFC, Nashville Football Club, Whole Ass Grown Men, Rogers Hayakuska Retirement, Team Johnson, Team Ditch, whoever the hell that is.
My coworker Tyson.
All right. And then in the AFC, the Murder Birds, Grey's Anatomy, Caps Raiders, Pet Spayed and Neutered. So we've got, those are the teams that, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right now, 9 teams have a 50% chance or better of making the playoffs. Only 8 teams make the playoffs out of 14. And there's still 11 regular season games to go. So there's still a lot of football to be played.
And you know what? Of the top 4 teams in the league, 3 of them are in this room.
Yes, sir. And 2 of them are 3-0.
I won't mention any names as to who the 3 are.
You know, Dave,
Hey, I mean, I got the top points performer this week, so
Hell
I'm
yeah.
very proud of that.
If I'm looking at points forced, Caps Raiders are 6th. Points allowed, Caps Raiders have had the 5th toughest schedule to this point. But I will add this to your previous statement. If somehow I am ever fortunate enough,
It was.
if somehow I am ever fortunate enough to be roasted, we all know we only roast the ones we love. If somehow I am ever roasted, I want Dave to be the roast master because not only will Dave do the best job because Dave is great with that kind of thing, but no one will make the night more entertaining than Dave because the amount of things he can just check off on his list as roast master to make me feel so much worse about my life in general. No one would be better than Dave about that. So
Live and in person, I've sent people away in tears on numerous occasions.
uh,
I wear that like a badge.
oh, believe me, if ever let's just say, okay, I'm 36 right now. Let's just say in a fantasy world, Cap lives to 40. I want to be roasted for my 40th birthday, and I want Dave to be the roast master.
Yeah. Hired.
I will say that.
Yeah. Oh no, I've had people in the crowd. Someone would say something to me. They would all look at each other and walk away. It's like, oh fuck.
I would rather be roasted, toasted, and burnt to a crisp on such occasion by someone who knows how to do it than to be let off easily. Because if I make it to 40 and I actually get roasted, I want someone who knows what they're doing to do it. I will say that. Dave, there is no one on planet Earth who would roast me better than you.
And I have also historic breaking news.
Oh?
The Seattle Kraken will have a female coach behind the bench.
Oh shit.
First time ever.
First time female NHL head coach.
Jessica Campbell.
Congratulations, Seattle.
That's huge.
Well, I would say congratulations to Nia Jax, and how will she wear a man's suit?
See, Lulu's whining for me because you said Nia Jax. I know, she's terrible. I know, baby. We can't, yeah. I know. We can't deal with her.
And to answer,
Magamo.
We got dogs.
Oh, and to answer the who's going to face Dom due to Mustafa Ali
getting fired,
off to do other things, they're having a triple threat #1 contender match this evening.
Tonight.
Yep. Axiom versus Tyler Bate versus Dragon Lee. The winner to face Dominic
again
Saturday for the North American champion at No Mercy.
How many more opportunities are they going to give Dragon Lee? I love him, but they keep having him lose. There's no way he can't keep getting himself in the #1 contender spot and then somehow winning.
Yeah, I agree.
Dev, you realize whenever you move down to Northwest Arkansas, this is the behemoth you will have to deal with. Not me, it's her. This 100 pounds of love putty.
All right, we got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes left of Caps hard out. So
I ain't got a hard out. I got a hard on.
Oh,
while your dog's there, you sick fuck.
Well, it's only coincidence that she's here.
As Devin pointed out,
I do not fuck dogs. Jesus
Christ. I know.
Getting into our outro, what do we have planned going forward? I think we've got a fast lane coming up, don't we, Davey?
You know, a pay-per-view thingy?
Yes.
2 weeks. 2 weeks for Fastlane. The NXT one is this Saturday.
We might do a stream. We might do a stream for Wrestle Dream, but there's just a good chance that me, Davey, and Devin just stay on a call and watch Wrestle Dream together.
Then we got week 4 this Sunday, Survivor Series coming up, and I've been in talks with Nicholas trying to firm up a date on the whole booking
war,
the booking match of the century. I have been in talks with several high-profile individuals. We know Nicholas is going to be judge in the middle. Jimmy's going to appoint his most likely tidy, and then I will have my judge to appoint. I have been going through a very refined decipheration process, and I believe I have found my judge. Should the dates align, I will be unveiling and bringing that person on to be my judge in this competition. We're still waiting for the dates to be shuffled out and everything. However, Jimmy Bebe, allow the captain to just say, whomever you may bring upon, trust me, I will outbring upon you, because if things work out the way I'm planning, whomever you may have in mind will not even remotely compare. Do not fuck with the cap.
All right. Well,
it'll definitely be 2 different styles of booking. I'll say that.
It's going to be very interesting, without a
doubt.
doubt.
Yeah. I can't.
Yeah, it'll be pro wrestling booking versus whatever the fuck Jimmy does.
Basically, yeah.
Could say entertainment versus professional.
And I will say, I will quell all rumors. It is neither Matthew, it is neither Dev, nor is it Dave. Matty will have his role to play as the MC. I would not. Sorry, Dev. I would not bring you on as my judge because I know you would have a bias. Dave, I would not bring you on as my judge because I know you have a bias.
Because there's
various reasons.
There's a few reasons.
So it is none of the people whom you see on this screen. However, if I'm able to put things together, let's just say Cap's bringing out some heavy artillery. Watch out, Jimmy.
You got John.
Cap gets fucking Al Snow to be his judge.
No.
Well, I would love Al if I had any kind of a personal relationship, with him. But I do not know Al Snow, and I have never conversed. It is not Al Snow. But let's just say Cap has made a career of making contacts with people.
Cap. There's only one person I can think of, and if you have him, he's an absolute tank round. Like the shit for tanks.
I was about to say,
bullets.
I think me and Devin just clicked on at the same
time. I have a question. St. Louis.
We'll get
the
to
hotel room.
We'll get to this after. We'll get to this after, Devin.
Cap can neither confirm nor deny.
We'll get to this after, Devin. So, other than that, is there anything else that we need to plug?
Bring it, Jimmy.
Sundays.
I might soon be 3 jobs D.
Triple D. See what did I say?
Grabbing 3 jobs.
This one and 2 others.
Okay, Devin. Just don't work yourself into the fucking ground.
So Jiffy Lube, Chipotle, male stripper.
Jiffy Lube's fantastic male stripper.
It's looking like Take 5, which is another car mechanic, and Planet Fitness as management.
Okay.
If Deb was my personal trainer, I would probably look better than I do.
Yeah, I have an interview tomorrow with Take 5 over the phone. They have a 2-step interview process. One's over the phone and then one's in person. and I have an interview Monday for Planet Fitness.
You know what you do when you walk in tomorrow? It'll grab their attention. Say, "All right, guys, I'm going to take 5."
All right, guys, I'm gonna take a 5.
That will grab their attention.
There ain't enough, man. I need 5.
Well,
Going with Big E's old theme song.
Damn.
There he goes. I don't know. He's outside.
Cap is signing off.
Yep,
Jimmy Bebe, beware, baby.
This is the point in the show where I remind you all to stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated. We're going to probably be here.
Don't get arrested.
Don't get arrested. And we will be here definitely on Sunday. There's a possibility to see us twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
Catch my face on the Greg Cherry Show tomorrow.
Yeah, watch the Great Cherry. Great show. Excellent show.
Love Greg Cherry.
Great man.
And with that, everybody have a wonderful night. We will see you all next time. I hit the right button this time.